Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain the story The Lumber Room. The children were to be driven as a special treat to the sands at Jack Brough. Nicholas was not allowed as he was in disgrace. What happened? There was a special treat to the sands of the Jack Brough, where Nicholas was not allowed because he was in disgrace. Disgrace means to have other people disapprove of one up because of something that he has done, means something mischievousness he had done, and because of it he get something like punishment. So only that morning he had refused to eat his wholesome bread and milk on the grounds that there was a frog in it. Means why he was in disgrace? He was in disgrace because he had refused to eat the wholesome bread and milk on the grounds that there was frog in it. Because there was frog, so Nicholas was saying that I don't want to eat it. The older, wiser, and better peoples told him that he was not to talk nonsense. The peoples, older, wiser, and better peoples were telling him to not to talk nonsense. And the dramatic part of the incident was that there was really a frog in Nicholas' basin of bread and milk. But what happened? The older, wiser, and better people thought that means Nicholas is telling nonsensely something. So, but what happened? But really, there was a frog in Nicholas' bread and milk. But what happened? He had put himself to prove the older, wiser, better people wrong. Means he want to prove the older, wiser, better people's wrong that he had means there is frog inside it. So Nicholas put the frog inside it. So the aunt has hastily invited the Jack Brough trip. Whenever one of the children fell from grace, the aunt planned something of a festival nature for the children, from which the offender would be debarred. Here, debarred means to be excluded from a place or event. After the children left for Jack Brough, the aunt told Nicholas that he was not to go into the gooseberry garden. Then what happened? All the children go to the Jack Brough. Then the aunt told Nicholas that he is not allowed to go in the gooseberry garden. Then why not? Demanded Nicholas. Then Nicholas said, why not? Why I should not go there? Then aunt said, that's because you are in disgrace, said the aunt loftily. Nicholas' face took on an expression of considerable obstinacy. Obstinacy means stubbornness. It is clear to his aunt that he was determined to get into the gooseberry garden only because she had told him not to. When the aunt told Nicholas to not go to gooseberry garden, so Nicholas was in disgrace because he was in disgrace because he had refused to eat the wholesome bread and milk. So then his aunt said that you don't want to go in the gooseberry garden. So after that, in the afternoon, the aunt spent an hour or two in traveling garden operations from where she could watch the doors that led to the forbidden area. Nicholas jiggled with. Now see what happened here. Aunt was thinking that Nicholas is doing the opposite, means trivial means unimportant and not serious. The aunt was standing on the door of where the gooseberry garden is there, and she was watching that is Nicholas going inside it or not. He had kept the key where from he had found it. So then what happened? His aunt was still calling his name when he sauntered into the front garden. Sauntered means walked in slow, relaxed manner in front of garden. Who's calling? He asked. Who is asking that who's calling? Nicholas was asking that who is calling? Me, came the answer from the other side of the wall. Didn't you hear me? I have been looking for you in the gooseberry garden, and I have slipped into the rainwater tank. Luckily, there's no water in it, but the sides are slippery and I can't get out. Fetch the little ladder from under the cherry tree. So what happened? Nicholas climbed slowly and in relaxed manner he came. And what happened then? Then what? Then the aunt was calling his name, and then his aunt told that she was calling a lot of times, repeatedly, and you didn't hear me. So what happened? Aunt requires the help. So aunt was calling Nicholas. The help was that means aunt was fallen into the rainwater tank. Luckily there was no water. Means there was no water inside the rainwater tank, but the sides are slippery. There is means because of the water the sides became slippery also. Because of it the sides are slippery and the aunt is not able to come out of the rainwater tank. Fetch the little ladder from the under the cherry tree. Means the aunt is telling to bring the Nicholas the little ladder from the under cherry tree. Means the aunt is telling to bring the ladder which is under the cherry tree. I was told I wasn't to go into the gooseberry garden, said Nicholas promptly. Then Nicholas said that my aunt told me to not to go in the gooseberry garden, so I can't go there. So he was making like these reasons. I told you not to, and now I tell you that you may, came the voice from the rainwater tank, rather impatiently. It's what happened then. The aunt only said to not to go in the gooseberry garden, but afterwards aunt required the help. So she said that before I said that not to go, but now I say you to go. Your voice doesn't sound like aunt's, objected Nicholas. You may be someone who is tempting me to be disobedient. Means here Nicholas is saying that you are not my aunt. Your voice is not like my aunt. Means you are the one who is saying me to be a disobedient child. Don't talk nonsense, said the prisoner in the tank. Prisoner means kaidi, who is in the jail. Here jail means like a rainwater tank only. So aunt said that don't talk nonsense. Go and bring the ladder. Will there be strawberry jam for tea? Asked Nicholas innocently. Then Nicholas asked that is there strawberry jam for tea? Then certainly there will be, said the aunt privately, resolving the Nicholas should have known of it. Means aunt was saying Nicholas that I will give you, but in mind aunt was thinking that yes, I need help, I require help now, but when I get out of it, then I will not give a single jar of jam to Nicholas. She was thinking in her mind, now I know that you are not the aunt, shouted Nicholas gleefully. When we asked aunt for the strawberry jam yesterday, she said that there wasn't any. I know there are 4 jars of it in the store cupboard because I looked, and of course you know it's there. So Nicholas is saying that my aunt told, you are not my aunt. My aunt told that there aren't any strawberry jams, but when I saw inside the cupboard, then I saw 4 jars in the store. Then it was a kitchen maid who eventually rescued the aunt from the rainwater tanks. Then what happened? Nicholas was giving like this only reasons. So the kitchen maid came and she helped the aunt to come outside of the rainwater tank. Tea that evening was partaken in fearsome silence. When they were drinking the tea, then it was in very silence. The tide had been at its highest when the children had arrived at Jackbraw Cove, so there had been no sands to play, a circumstance that the aunt has overlooked in the haste of organizing the expedition. Then what happened? The children go to the Jackbraw, but when the children go to it, then there was no sand at the Jackbraw to play. So then the aunt maintained the frozen muteness of one who had suffered undignified and unmerited detention in rainwater tank for 35 minutes. As for Nicholas, he too was silent in the absorption of one who has much to think about. So this was the story of the lumber